In the world of YouTube, there are content creators who captivate audiences with their daring stunts, wild antics, and acts of kindness. One such creator, known as Steve Will Do It, soared to fame by pushing the boundaries of entertainment and generosity. He gave away more than $1 million in cash, 32 cars, 52 watches, and 3 houses, making his channel one of the fastest-growing YouTube channels in history. However, his rise to success was met with controversy and unexpected consequences. Steve's channel caught the attention of YouTube executives, leading to the deletion of his channel. But what were the questionable practices that led YouTube to permanently delete Steve Will Do It's channel? And what drastic shift in content strategy did Steve make? And how did it transform his online presence? Stephen Dillon, the artist behind the persona of Steve Will Do It, has always been willing to go to great lengths to capture people's attention. His initial YouTube channel, which started in 2012, showcased his attempt at the Cinnamon Challenge in his friend's backyard. A year later, he unexpectedly encountered one of his YouTube idols, Shoe Nice, and challenged him to a burger eating contest. Steve continuously pushed his body's limits, experimenting with bodybuilding competitions during high school, navigating his relationship with his girlfriend, and going through the typical teenage party phase. Determined to make something out of his life, he reached a point where he decided enough was enough. He wanted to become someone significant. This marked the beginning of his return to creating Instagram videos in April 2017, leading to the creation of his infamous Instagram channel, Steve Will Do It. His friend Elisa Wilson took the initiative to create the account and came up with the alias Steve Will Do It, a name that truly epitomized his adventurous spirit. He lived up to his moniker by chugging bottles of hot sauce without using his hands and consuming chewing tobacco on tortilla chips, among other daring feats. Steve embarked on a self-punishing journey to entertain others, but his new career took a turn for the worse when he was arrested in Florida at the age of 18. He faced charges of marijuana possession or use of drug equipment, and knowingly driving with a suspended license. Consequently, he vanished from Instagram. A few months later, at the age of 19, Steve found himself behind bars once again. This time he faced charges of marijuana possession with intent to sell, possession of drug equipment, and resisting arrest. Now on probation, his life was spiraling out of control. Despite his troubled circumstances, Steve was determined to make a comeback. He opened himself up to requests from people willing to do anything except consume liquor. With the goal of getting his life back on track, he continued creating his crazy challenge videos, even though they were only reaching a few hundred followers. The video caught the attention of Kyle, one half of the YouTube channel Nelk, which already had over 1 million subscribers in 2018. Nelk was known for their viral pranks and their motto, Full Send, which embraced a reckless, high-energy lifestyle centered around heavy drinking and partying. Recognizing Steve's potential, Kyle reached out to him, and a few months later, in late 2018, Steve made his first appearance on the Nelk channel in a prank video called Drinking in Lectures. Nelk's fans quickly became enamored with Steve, drawn to his genuine smile and his willingness to go to extreme lengths. With each subsequent video, Steve played a more prominent role, assisting Nelk in creating viral content. One notable video, the wine tour disaster in Italy, has accumulated nearly 10 million views to date. In that video, Steve became infamous for smashing every glass on a table by slamming a bottle of wine and causing chaos. Within a year, Steve's Instagram following skyrocketed to 1 million, despite his videos depicting underage drinking while on probation. But sometime later, Steve made a significant shift in his content strategy, abandoning the crazy challenges and adopting a more philanthropic approach similar to David Dobrik and Mr. Beast on YouTube. He began gifting cars and jewelry to his friends and family, donating tens of thousands of dollars to single mothers, surprising veterans by purchasing cars from dealerships, blessing underprivileged children with cash, and even giving away $100,000 to strangers in Mexico. Around this time, he also distanced himself from the Nelk Boys, leaving Los Angeles behind and acquiring a luxurious penthouse in Miami worth $3 million. This move meant that he could no longer be a regular presence in their prank videos and vlogs. It's remarkable how successful Steve's videos were, considering that he didn't rely on specific concepts. Instead, he created weekly lifestyle vlogs where approximately 50% of the content showcased his generous acts. Each video garnered several million views. However, YouTube had issues with Steve's presence on their platform. In the same videos where he displayed extreme generosity, he also indulged in smoking, clubbing with rapper 6ix9ine, and gambling. Interestingly, numerous music videos on YouTube portray a similar lifestyle, often with more graphic content, yet they are fully monetized and generate hundreds of millions of views. However, vloggers like Steve face challenges as their content is considered unsuitable for advertisers. Consequently, Steve didn't earn direct income from YouTube's partner program. Nevertheless, he secured six-figure brand deals for each video. But many people were curious about how Steve amassed such wealth. With private jet travel, massive giveaways, and evident expenditures of hundreds of thousands of dollars, it wasn't immediately clear how he generated his income, especially with his channel being demonetized. When asked about his financial goals, Steve boldly stated his mission to become a billionaire within 3 to 5 years. In 2019, Full Send introduced a line of Steve Will Do It branded apparel. According to the New York Times, Nelk's Full Send merchandise sales reached a staggering $50 million in 2020 and were projected to surpass $70 million in 2021. It is likely that Steve earned a substantial portion of this revenue before distancing himself from Nelk. Additionally, he played a crucial role in the successful launch of the Happy Dad hard seltzer brand, although no official sales figures were disclosed. The demand for Happy Dad was so high that liquor stores consistently sold out within hours of restocking. It's possible that the brand generated tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars in sales. If Steve has even a small percentage of ownership, it would translate into significant earnings. However, just before Steve's downfall, an enigmatic sponsor emerged and caused a sensation on the internet: Roobet. In 2021, Steve found a way to turn his addiction into one of his most lucrative sources of income through a sponsorship with the offshore crypto casino Roobet. He joined fellow influencers like Aiden Ross, FaZe Banks, Rice Gum, and the Nelk Boys in promoting the platform. Since gambling on the website was illegal in the United States, Steve began traveling to Mexico to stream his gambling sessions, captivating his millions of fans as he won and lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. The allure of his streams only heightened the popularity of Roobet, who compensated Steve generously for his participation. During a stream, Aiden Ross accidentally revealed that they were earning over $1.4 million monthly from Roobet. Moreover, these influencers profited from referral codes, as the more viewers they enticed to sign up, gamble, and lose money on the site, the more money they made. Allegedly, Steve wasn't even using his own money to gamble at that time, instead utilizing a fake currency provided by Roobet. He admitted that he couldn't imagine risking his own money and preferred to avoid subjecting his body and mind to the associated stress. This arrangement meant that Steve was steering young fans toward one of the most addictive vices on earth while potentially earning millions of dollars each month. However, he also used some of the sponsorship money to support people in need. This ethical dilemma sparked intense debates on the internet, especially after CoffeeZilla and some ordinary gamers released a 5-part series exposing Steve and Roobet. The series culminated in a phone conversation between CoffeeZilla and Steve, during which Steve acknowledged his gambling problem and the contradiction of making most of his money from getting others to gamble, while he himself wanted to distance himself from it. Like most internet controversies, this scandal eventually faded away, and by 2022, Steve and many others were back online gambling with a new crypto casino called Stake. With high-profile partnerships including megastar Drake, Stake quickly became one of the largest crypto casinos globally, offering opportunities for influencers who had faced criticism during the Roobet scandal. By 2022, the Steve Will Do It channel was thriving, nearing the milestone of 5 million subscribers. His second channel was thriving as well, where he streamed his gambling sessions on Twitch. He would then post clips from these streams to his second channel, a common practice without any issues. However, there was one incredibly minute detail regarding these gambling clips that YouTube took very seriously: the URL. According to YouTube's guidelines, the URL of the gambling website had to be blurred or concealed in the videos, without exceptions. Steve was allowed to mention that he was playing on Stake and show himself gambling on the website, but the actual URL had to remain hidden. Unfortunately for Steve, this one seemingly insignificant rule would bring everything he had built crashing down. On August 1st, 2022, Steve received a call from YouTube notifying him that his Steve Will Do It channel had been permanently deleted. Typically, YouTube requires 3 strikes before permanently removing a channel from the platform, but Steve hadn't even received 1 strike. It was that he had repeated violations of the community guidelines. In September 2022, Steve signed an exclusive deal with Rumble, a platform known for its lenient terms and conditions regarding free speech. This platform attracted banned creators who sought an alternative space to share their content. Since being banned, Steve's relevance has suffered a significant blow, with lower viewership on the new site. With each upload, his viewership continues to decline. Unfortunately, his career probably will not reach the heights it once did, since he cannot return to YouTube.